Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video we're going to be looking at what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about you and the connection. So there are three groups to choose from. Group 1 is the green calcite. Group 2 is the black tourmaline. And group 3 is the amethyst. So if you want to take a moment to center, focus on your breathing, and fill whichever group, maybe multiple groups or perhaps all of the groups that you're feeling most drawn to, I'll give you a minute to make your selection and then we'll get right into it. And there are timestamps for each group in the description box of the video if you'd like to jump ahead. Hi, Group 1. You chose the green calcite. Put that right up here. And I'm going to start with an oracle card to get a feel for what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about you and the connection right now. So we have Card Rune, collective unconscious. So this person could really be feeling you energetically. There could be some telepathy that's going on here. You could have really also opened this person up to maybe some spiritual concepts or the connectedness that they're feeling to you. Perhaps if this is someone that you've just met, you haven't spent a lot of time with, or if this is somebody from your past and they're still feeling you energetically across kind of the time and space and distance between you, that this is something it's really kind of piqued their curiosity to look deeply into that. What is sort of the meaning of that? What lies behind that? Why are they, having this urge to maybe reach out and contact you, or, this deep, almost a soul bond between the both of you that feels very exceptional to other experiences they've had in their life previously, even in terms of, their closest friends or family members. There's just something about the connection with you that, goes beyond that. And so they could not be sharing that they, kind of privately on their own are sort of digging into that, exploring that, maybe the meaning behind soulmates even. They could have come across information about twin flames perhaps, or just in some way kind of looking at the deeper implications of that. There's also a sense of belonging that this person feels with you, a sense of being seen, recognized for who they truly are, beneath all the facades and what it is that they present to the world. And this is something that could be very enticing and also triggering for this person. This could have caused this person to kind of back off, pull away energetically speaking, because they just weren't comfortable with the level of vulnerability that they were experiencing. And, this could be something they gave no explanation for. They just kind of backed off, went cold, or they're being very reserved, very kind of closed off to you. You could be feeling that or sensing that, or that's being displayed in their actions and their behavior and their words. But all of that is really stemming from, again, this deep sense of intimacy on the soul level, which, if this is someone you've only recently met, recently started interacting with, this could be quite overwhelming and confusing for this person, why they're feeling this deep connection with you, and you hardly know anything about each other. So I'm going to get some tarot to get some clarification about this for you. Group 1, what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings? Okay, so we have the Four of Pentacles, the King of Swords, Two of Wands, Eight of Swords, the Hierophant, and the Four of Cups. So this person is definitely daydreaming about you a lot. They're thinking about you a lot. They're almost looking at this connection. As much as there's this kind of instinct to recoil from this, to kind of back off from this deep intimacy, this deep sense of vulnerability, there's something which is so intriguing about this for them. They're maybe, you know, leaning more into spiritual concepts, exploring things. There's this desire to kind of get to the bottom of this, that while they may be kind of closed off and cold and reserved, within they're doing a lot of soul searching. They could be praying about this a lot, asking for guidance, asking for answers, trying to almost in a kind of an undercover, a subtle sort of way, kind of this operating behind the scenes to, you know, really sort of put the pieces together of what it is that they are feeling, really seeking answers, searching for answers, trying to, at a slow pace, really open up their perspective, open up their mind, get some clarity about things without, you know, really divulging that maybe to friends and family, trying to kind of maintain almost the polarities of two lives. There's a life that they're leading, the things that, you know, they are, that they're doing as far as hobbies, as activities, as interests, people that they're hanging out with, the life that they have constructed for themselves, designed for themselves in the mundane sense in the 3D world. And then there's this whole other part of this person that is really coming to life within them, this very spiritual side, this quest that is happening right now, this search for answers, which has definitely been sparked by the interaction with you, the connection with you, this feeling of connectedness, that despite what your circumstances might be, maybe this is someone you don't know very well or someone you're in like a no contact situation with, and so they're not giving you a whole lot of information as far as how they feel. They're not revealing a whole lot. They're presenting one face, and there's another part of them that is really starting to bloom, to blossom, that is really seeking, searching for answers, searching for clarity, and to kind of free themselves from any sort of confusion, to really solve this mystery, solve this riddle of, you know, why you came into each other's lives, what this means, what's happening, even some larger kind of questions about their place in the universe, the purpose of life, the purpose of love, how they have understood and experienced that so far, versus maybe what else is out there, what else is possible. Is there something that they have been missing? So a person who is both very deeply introspective here, thinking a lot about you, thinking a lot about the connection, and also what they are not revealing to you is that they are definitely tapping into and exploring and taking into consideration and giving a lot of thought to the spiritual implications of this connection, what they're feeling, what's happening between the both of you energetically. There could be some telepathy that's going on here, kind of like an exchange of energy or even words without having to verbalize that. So this could be really turning them on to concepts of that, of telepathy. This could be something very new for them that they've never experienced with anybody before. They could also be kind of seeking confirmation for that, sort of behind the scenes, maybe looking at your social media, or if this is someone who in some way is kind of in the peripheral of your life, maybe a coworker, for example, you know, then they're observing you almost in a way so that you don't notice this, to try to get some confirmation for what it is they're sensing, what it is they're feeling, what it is that's coming through. There could also be things where if you do have conversations with this person, it's almost like a sense of deja vu that's happening, where they really recurrently have this sense of having had that interaction with you before, having had that conversation, being able to kind of anticipate what you're going to say, and even just maybe things coming up that occurred in dreams for them that are then kind of playing out to a greater or lesser degree, maybe even metaphorically or archetypally speaking, that are playing out in their reality, and that kind of surrounds you. Or it happens at times where, you know, they're thinking a lot about you, they're feeling into this, and then something happens where they have this sense of maybe crossing timelines. They could be looking into that as well, timeline jumping, and kind of these concepts of almost like a multiverse, multidimensional reality, reality as almost threads in a larger woven tapestry, as opposed to, you know, very linear and contained within sort of like a three-dimensional package. So a lot of expansion happening within this person. They are on the brink of a spiritual awakening, I'm feeling also with this Hierophant. They're gonna come across some kind of information that's gonna really open a new pathway for them. It's going to be something that, you know, could really cause them to change the trajectory of their life, change what it is that they are choosing to do in this connection moving forward, some kind of clarity that will really resonate with them and will kind of set them on a new path to sort of course correct in their life, and perhaps want to explore this connection with you further, or kind of reopen this connection between you if you're in a period of no contact or separation. So in terms of signs, with Pentacles, we have Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Cups is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. We've got air energy with the Swords, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. Fire energy with the Wands, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius, and the Hierophant is Taurus. So now we're going to take a look at some messages from their higher self. What are some of the hidden thoughts that they haven't expressed to you that they want you to know? So these unspoken words. Okay, and they say, I have no words for your kindness and generosity. So they're really feeling your energy as a very nurturing, kind of uplifting source for them. And I feel that that's what this is really speaking to, that your presence in their life has really, again, kind of led them deeply within themselves onto this kind of spiritual path. And it's something that, you know, through the revelations that come through this kind of like widening perspective, although in the 3D sense they may have kind of pulled back, they may be kind of closed off to this, not saying a whole lot, within them, kind of secretly, they're very excited about what they're learning, what they're discovering. They're very, you know, they're recognizing the unique nature of this connection, and it's something that they're almost wanting to keep it very kind of cloistered and hidden within them, as kind of like to protect this, to like keep this away from maybe the questioning or the opinions of others. It's something that, you know, they're really enjoying this, almost like this kind of secret mission that they're on to uncover the truth, to get to the bottom of this, you know, connecting with you in a sense of, you know, beyond whatever's happening in the 3D world. And it's something that, you know, they don't have words to really put to that, how much value and just meaning that this is bringing to their life in terms of, you know, the path that they've been on, and how that has now widened, how that has now changed, how this is now, they're opening up to a possibility of something more for themselves, kind of this uncovering of knowledge of a deeper aspect to reality. And they also say, you're my treasure. So confirmation right there, really treasuring your energy in this connection that you have, kind of these unspoken words between you. And that could be kind of confusing, because in the 3D sense, they could, again, appear very guarded, very closed off. But deep within, it's almost that they almost have this sense of trying to really preserve the integrity of the energetic connection between you by not wanting to really spoil it with kind of interference from the outside world, or, you know, maybe this desire to not misspeak or to say something or do something that's really going to jeopardize the vibration between the both of you, because they're still in this process of really learning, really discovering, trying to put words to what it is they're feeling, and these concepts that they are being introduced to, and kind of this widening perspective that's happening. And they also say, I constantly feel you running through my veins. So confirmation there of this energetic connection, really sensing you, feeling you around them when you are nowhere near. And they also say, I'm battling my demons right now. So there can definitely be resistance, which is very natural to this widening perspective, kind of this changing of this worldview. And there's this urge to kind of, you know, stay asleep to that, to just sort of continue to focus on reality as they knew it. or to take this this opportunity to sort of expand their perspectives. So they could be going back and forth as far as leaning into this exploration, kind of an aspect of learning to trust what it is that they're feeling, the signs that they're getting, without necessarily even, you know, physical proof or kind of a logical explanation for that. So part of these demons, this could be almost like the head and the heart battling between staying with what's familiar and known, in the comfort zone, in kind of the perceptions, or really taking this opportunity to explore and expand what they perceive of and for themselves. So let's get some more messages. Group 1. Okay, and they say, you are an angel. So they, again, have a lot of respect for this connection, the energy between the both of you, something that they're really wanting to, you know, protect and hold is very sacred. This treasure that has really unlocked a whole new world of mystery and discovery for them. They also say, I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So that was coming up in terms of, you know, some dreams or some premonitions, or, you know, just this telepathy that's happening, and this person really seeking out some confirmation for that in the 3D world. And they also say, lying was just easier for me than telling you the truth. So if this person had denied really feeling the connection, feeling anything for you, they're letting you know from their higher self that this was just kind of a defense mechanism, a tactic that, you know, they did and still do feel this very exceptional and kind of otherworldly connection between you. And they also say, I'm not the same person that you remember. So this really speaks to the expansion, the awakening, the changing in perspective that has taken place and is still taking place within this person. They may have really shunned spirituality, or kind of, you know, laughed that off and just really kind of dismissed, you know, soulmate, soul connection. They could have been, you know, very focused on things in a 3D sense, you know, money, success, status, and that has really changed. They've started to really, you know, appreciate and cultivate the treasures of the soul. And this can also just even refer to, you know, not even having to go that deeply into spirituality, just their whole lifestyle has really changed as they're opening up to things. They're also doing a lot of soul searching as far as what have they been giving their time and energy to. This feels like somebody who's definitely at least in a place of contemplation. They may be devoting more time to meditation or reading or researching, as opposed to just kind of cheap thrills of the mundane nature, you know, kind of things that are just sort of superficial kind of distractions from their day, things to fill the time, you know, maybe watching less TV and reading more, for example, as kind of like a shift in the way that they are choosing to spend their time. The types of media that they are taking in as well may really have been an evolution in that, where, you know, they're kind of interested in things with more of a depth to a story. Things that deal with, you know, people overcoming challenges or kind of stepping into their best life. This could be something that, you know, they didn't really have an interest in before, but they're starting to really, you know, get a lot from that. They're starting to really, you know, resonate with things like that. And so in many ways, this kind of awakening within, it's really having an impact on their 3D world, on their life, how they are showing up for other people and for themselves. So let's get some more messages for you, Group 1. Their hidden thoughts and secret feelings. Okay, and they say, I tried to stop these feelings, but now you are burning hotter and brighter than ever within me. So confirmation there of still feeling your energy. As much as they may have tried to deny that, close themselves off, just focus on their comfort zone, what was known, what was predictable. Those efforts have been in vain. And this is something where they are, you know, in this process of kind of opening up to that, exploring that. And they say it's like we share the same mind and heart. So confirmation there of that energy of telepathy and this empathic connection between the both of you, really being able to sense each other, perceive each other from afar. And they say, I want you by my side. So the more that they're discovering, it's again something they're really treasuring, this connection. They are finding a lot of value in what it is that they are learning, and this is something that, you know, there's almost this urge to kind of pull you in closer to really explore this more as opposed to push it away. And they also say, I desire you deeply and eternally. So beautiful closing higher self message for you, group one, and just again a confirmation of this deep kind of soul bond, and you know, this kind of maybe even concepts of eternity and past lives that this person is really exploring, becoming open to, and they're really starting to resonate with, you know, the idea of something more to this connection beyond just physical attraction or, you know, compatibility in a very typical sense. But there's this soul knowing, this sense of vulnerability and of being seen beyond the persona that they have created and present to the world that might have caused them to recoil, but is now, they're leaning more into that as time goes on. So I'm going to get a romance angel for you, kind of some guidance from Spirit about this. Okay, and we have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So beautiful confirmation of this pull, this draw to each other, this connectedness energetically across time and space. And, you know, even the artwork on that card with these two leaning in and kind of this, this orb of light that is kind of being created within their grasp. They're kind of co-creating that. And this really speaks to this person leaning in energetically, opening their mind, opening their heart to this connection, to exploring this, exploring some concepts of maybe high-level soulmates or, you know, even spirituality in general, and really being in the process of coming to some conclusions, coming to some, you know, awareness, some awakening, and really on the brink of kind of the dawning of a new life for themselves, and, you know, moving in the direction of a new phase within this connection and this desire to, you know, take all of this energy, this information, and really do something with that. This person feels ultimately that although they're kind of cloistering this and they're treasuring this and they're keeping this very hidden, that this is something ultimately they want to kind of transcend beyond that, but they're kind of in the stage of information gathering at this point, trying to make sense of it all, trying to, you know, feel deeply into what this means for them, what this means for you, for the both of you, before they take action in your direction to really kind of present what it is they've learned, how it is they've changed, and, you know, their thoughts and concepts about the direction they'd like to take this connection forward into in the future. So I'm going to get some initials for you now. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for group one. All right, so we have O, L, U, R, B, K, I, and F. So those are your messages, group one. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 2. You chose the black tourmaline. Put that right up here. And I'm going to start with an oracle card to get kind of a general feel for what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about you and the connection. Okay, so we have Saint Joseph, divine creation. So this person has a desire to create with you, create art with you, create a business with you, create a family with you, create a relationship together. Their priorities may be really shifting in terms of, this could have also been somebody who was really focused on kind of making money, having a lot of success, having a lot of status, and some things may have really changed in terms of maybe a wake-up call that happened, some kind of an experience in their life that almost humbled them or really put things into perspective to where the things that they've been placing value on have started to shift and change. They might have experienced some tower moments as well, some kind of loss that has occurred or something that they were working toward which crumbled, or maybe they reached the pinnacle of success in something. They reached a milestone, made an accomplishment, and the joy that they got out of that, it wasn't what they had built it up to be. It wasn't as satisfying as what they had imagined. And so this is causing them to really then focus on, things that have true worth and true value in terms of, love and connections and relationships, and, almost like what kind of it feels like this person is calling into question, what kind of legacy are they building? What kind of example are they setting for others around them, maybe others in their family? They've had this cause to sort of really evaluate their life and see, is this the kind of environment that I would want to bring children into if they're in, a third party situation, for example, or if they're just leading kind of a very, almost like a party lifestyle, that something has happened, maybe they've reached some kind of milestone birthday even that has really caused them to kind of take things into evaluation, take things into consideration and say, where am I going? What am I heading? What is the long-term value of what I am creating here? What I'm putting my energy into or focusing on, is that yielding something that, 10, 20, 30 years down the road, I'm going to look back and be very proud of, or that's something I can really, rely upon? Is that still going to be there? So, yeah, a lot of just kind of this energy of getting back to basics. And this person could also really be kind of something that's come to their attention, maybe people around them getting married, having children, and this is causing them to really kind of shift that perspective and focus on that, ask those questions about, who's my person? Who do I see myself creating a family with? And in their heart, what they're not letting you know is that you fulfill many of these requirements, these desires that they have for somebody who would make a really good partner. There's also some things that they're seeing and recognizing about you, that they find you very nurturing, a comforting presence, somebody that can be relied upon. They're also really admiring the way that you have protected the connection in terms of respecting this person's boundaries or their need for space, their need to really go out and explore and come to their own conclusions about things. And they have a lot of respect for that as they've come to this place of reaching some conclusions, reaching some epiphanies, or this crossroads period of their life that you have maintained this love for them from afar, almost this energy of kind of like an unconditional love, carrying forward with your life, focusing on yourself, working on yourself, and allowing this person the space to do that as well. And so it's something that they really appreciate and really admire about you. And it could be quite different from other experiences they've had in love, in terms of love being very conditional, love only being there when it's convenient and it works for both people. But when difficulties arise or challenges happen, then, and this is something they could have been experiencing, of people just leaving their life or withdrawing their love, retracting from, the time and attention spent. And so as they're doing kind of this retrospect of their life, they're really identifying you and this connection as something, even just energetically, very different from that. They can feel the love afar from you, despite any kind of period of separation or no contact that you're in. And it's something which, that holds a lot of value to them. It's something that they're really appreciating in ways they may not have appreciated before. So I'm going to get some tarot to get some clarification about this for you, group 2. What are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about this connection? Okay, so we have the 8 of Pentacles, Page of Wands, Death, the Emperor, Ten of Pentacles, Three of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, and the Moon. So this is really speaking to, again, this person seeing you as somebody that they could really build a solid foundation with, somebody who would make a very compatible long-term partner, somebody who, they're recognizing the ways in which, you really give time and attention and dedication. You give your all to the things that matter to you, that you're very hardworking and very devoted to things that you believe in. You're also devoted to people that you love and really helping to, encourage others to step into their best self. That you really put in a lot of effort to fostering and maintaining loving relationships in other areas in your life. And the fact that the way that you do this, this very giving nature, this dedicated nature, this consistency within you, it's something that, they're really admiring this. They're really, again, recognizing you as someone that they could see themselves building a family with, that it's, you have qualities that match up with their own, in the sense of, that you can work very well together as a team. They feel that you would be someone who would really support them in, tough times, through periods of loss within their life, that you're somebody that could really help them to rebuild themselves, to really rise up out of the ashes of maybe dreams that didn't work out, or, difficult circumstances, which inevitably arise for everybody at some point in life. But you feel like somebody who they could really see as standing by them, sticking with them. They may have, again, experienced a lot of people kind of leaving their life, maybe literally. They may have experienced some loss, for some of you, some kind of death in the family that has really put things into perspective for them. It's really caused them to change what they were focusing on. Or this could just be loss in general, in terms of, friendships that have kind of fallen away, or, people, maybe they were going through some other difficulties in their life, and some people that they thought would be there for them turned out not to be, just kind of pulled away, or weren't really supportive of them. So there's definitely a lot that they feel that this person has really overlooked, perhaps, about the connection before, or didn't really place value on, that they are starting to really prioritize. They're faced with a lot of choices, again, through the things that might have changed in their life, and kind of doors closing, and then other roads needing to be embarked upon, other opportunities presenting themselves. And of all these different maybe even relationships that they've been looking on with the Seven of Cups here, people they've been with in the past, types of partners, qualities that those people had, and really doing this evaluation about, you know, what went wrong in relationships of the past. What were the strengths? What were the weaknesses? What were the things that they enjoyed? What were the things that, you know, they may have just kind of settled for or overlooked, or, you know, really came in between the partnership, that they're really starting to sense and to see you as somebody exceptional beyond the other experiences, somebody who, you know, really has had their best interests in mind, through thick and thin, even just energetically wishing them well from afar, which could be quite different to other energies they were dealing with. Maybe other people who were kind of vindictive or spiteful or petty when the relationship ended, and they're feeling a contrast with you. There's this desire and this urge to also to really resurrect this connection. Now that they've had this clarity, almost their priorities have kind of been put more into alignment. They're focusing less, or putting less importance on, you know, just measuring the value and worth of their life by how much they have accumulated, how much they have or have achieved, and they're starting to want to cultivate and really work on some of the, you know, kind of the long-term legacy aspects of things, building a family, having somebody that, you know, they could have a long-term stable partnership with, someone that they would be, you know, a good teammate in terms of co-parenting, in terms of really, you know, having maybe similar values in terms of how to raise children, or if it's not even a matter of having children, just, you know, planning for the future, building a life, building a legacy together in terms of some kind of foundation that is based on love and not just matters of the material world. And so all of these things are starting to come to light within them, that this holds more value, it holds more weight for them than what they might have been focusing on previously. And there is this desire to, you know, approach you, to let you know this, to reach out, to see if you still have feelings for them, if there's some way to kind of salvage what might have happened in the past. But because of, you know, they're still in this process of really being humbled, they could have really experienced a lot of loss to where maybe they don't necessarily feel equipped at this point in time to come in. They don't have much to offer, much to give at this point in time. So they're kind of sitting with this realization right now, and perhaps trying to regain and rebuild some stability in their life, but with the idea of kind of building in your direction. So in terms of signs, with the Pentacles, we have Earth energy, Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. Wands is fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. With Death, we have Scorpio. Emperor is Aries. The Moon is Pisces and Cancer. And Cups energy is water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So let's get some messages from this person's higher self. What are some secret thoughts, hidden feelings that they have, not revealing to you in the 3D, but that they want you to know? And they say, you feel like a warm home to me. So that's that energy of really wanting to create a family with you, create a legacy with you. You're somebody they could see themselves with long term. A lot of stability there. They see you as someone very dependable, very reliable. Your love is something that they can trust in. There's substance to it. It goes beyond just words. And you prove that. You have proven that to them, even by respecting their boundaries and still, you know, sending them love, wishing them love from afar, wishing them well. They're picking up on that energetically speaking, and it's really drawing them to you. It's magnetizing them to you to, again, rebuild themselves, rebuild their life in the direction of you, and, you know, the possibility of resurrecting this connection. And they also say, I remember you. So that's that energy of, you know, really looking back, thinking back on loves of their life, relationships that they've had, and you really standing out above the rest. Not even necessarily for the circumstances of what happened, because that could have been, you know, kind of, it might have been a short relationship, or even there could have been some difficulties. It could have been kind of a painful ending between the both of you. But something about the way that you handled things, that you really picked yourself back up. You didn't become embittered. You allowed yourself to step into a better version of self, wiser, more empowered because of what you've been through, and still having the grace and compassion to be able to wish this person well, wish this, you know, genuinely wish them well, despite any kind of rejection or what might have dissolved between the both of you in terms of this loving harmony. And so they're thinking back on that, they're reminiscing, they're remembering that, and it's really standing out to them as, you know, the qualities that you're the kind of person that long term they want by their side. They want to move forward and continue to build as the years go on in their life with. And they say, you turn loose heaven within me. So that's more of that energy of this sanctuary, this feeling of home, this feeling of a higher level love, that who you are as a person and what you've demonstrated to them, they have a lot of respect for that. It's something that, you know, this is very exceptional. You know, it's something where people often talk about unconditional love and wishing people well, and you know, that's nice to say that, but in practice and in actuality, a lot of people, and this is, you know, this is no fault on people, it's very difficult to kind of get to that space, and it's even harder to kind of maintain that at all times, but it's often easier said than done. And so the fact that they feel love emanating from you, you know, they might even be asking around about you, and you know, you're not talking badly about them, you're not speaking bitterly about them, you're not, you know, spreading rumors or, you know, talking negatively about love, that you have a very open heart. You have, you know, despite the pain that you've been through, if you're speaking of them at all, you're speaking well of them. And it's just almost the absence of kind of this bitterness and this pettiness, you know, this kind of negativity that's being projected to them, that perhaps has been the case with other partners of the past, other relationships gone wrong, that you're somehow very different from that. And it's causing them to really appreciate that you are someone who genuinely is practicing the closest thing to unconditional love, you know, that they've experienced, or, you know, that's even really possible with the kind of the light and shadow aspects of the human ego and the human soul. It's not, you know, it's a lofty goal. It's realistically not always possible to practice that, but you come closer to that, to embodying that, than others they may have dealt with, and they're really drawn to that. They really admire that. And they also say, I constantly feel you running through my veins. So a lot of passion for you, as kind of their perspective has been shifted. Things have come into clarity as far as what they were, you know, giving their time and attention to, what they were prioritizing, as that has kind of fallen away, or just didn't deliver the kind of satisfaction they hoped that it would. And they've kind of gotten back to basics. They've been cleansed of sort of the illusion of what would make them happy, and they are now being called to focus on what really matters. There's this urge to move back in your direction, to, you know, they're being called by the purity of this love and this energy between the both of you. Okay, and they say, I'm reminded of you constantly. So thinking back on you a lot, and I feel also being reminded of you in terms of the contrast in the other relationships that they're experiencing, other people who maybe are not sticking with them through some difficult times, and it's reminding them of just how much you were on their side, just how much you had their best interest in mind, that you wished them well, you congratulated them for their success. They might be dealing with a lot of people who are kind of, you know, jealous or envious, and so that contrast is really, it's bringing into focus the, you know, exceptional quality of the connection between the both of you, and even who you are as a person compared to other people that they've encountered or surrounded themselves with. And they also say, your words linger in my mind. So this is really feeling that if you had some kind of a breakup with this person and you may have wished them well, whatever it is that you last said to them, it's really stuck with them. It's something that, again, the absence of, maybe you speaking badly about them, speaking badly about love, having a very, putting out a lot of negative energy surrounding them. The absence of that coupled with whatever it was that you said, that you hope they find what they're looking for, you wish them well, you wish them all the best success, you hope that they find happiness, whatever along those lines that you said to them, they're thinking back on that and realizing that you genuinely meant that. And you have proven that through, kind of moving forward with your life, still sending them love, truly wishing them well, not wishing them ill or kind of seeking to disparage them, besmudge their reputation, which again contrasts most likely with other people they've been dealing with. And they also say, you feel like home to me. So another confirmation of that, where they said, you feel like a warm home to me. So they definitely are, you're somebody that they could see themselves building a family with, building a life with. You're a sense of sanctuary. You're a vibration that they want to return to, that they want to make their way back to. And they also say, being apart has been life-changing for me. So this confirms a lot of shifts and changes that have happened in their life, both good and bad. I feel both that this person has accomplished some things that they had really prioritized, maybe over your relationship or over love, and that has really maybe given them a series of successes in terms of finance, in terms of status. There could have also been the realization that what they were wanting, what they were kind of reaching for, that it wasn't fulfilling at the soul level. And in addition, other losses that may have happened, this kind of energy of the humbling that may have gone on. That this person, when they return to you, I feel that in many ways, this is going to be a very changed person from who you were dealing with previously in terms of their values, even in terms of what their life looks like. This person really could have been almost plummeted to rock bottom in some way in their life, and they're having to really rebuild, and they're thinking back even on your words and your kindness and the experience that they had with you. The harmony in your connection for however long or short of a period that was, that at some point in time there was a lot of joy that was derived from you. They're looking at how you move through the world, and all of this is kind of an example to them of what they want to build toward, how they want to reconstruct their reality in order to kind of magnetize in better experiences for themselves, and to have more of a feeling of satisfaction and accomplish and meaning in their life. Okay, and they say, I was not looking for something like this. So this speaks again about this person having been headed in one direction, really prioritizing a certain thing, a certain lifestyle, a certain way of being, not giving a lot of credence to, maybe some of these, almost like this intangible wealth of relationships, of love, they weren't looking for that. They weren't looking for someone to settle down with, to build a family with. They may have just been very focused on other things. And so this has come as kind of a shock to them, and almost this kind of like a sinking realization that they missed out on a good thing at one point in time. And there's this desire to really shift things, really rebuild in the direction of opening up that possibility that you guys can have something again, or have something more than what you had before. And they also say, can we just kiss all night? So they are very drawn to you, this desire for closeness, to return to you, this intimacy with you, feeling a very, deep soul connection with you, putting a lot of value on this. And again, just somebody that they could really see themselves with long term. And they also say, I know I'm hiding deep feelings for you, and now I feel stuck. So you could definitely be aware of this, and this could be something as well that when you wished them well the last time that you spoke with them, there was almost this sense of knowing that they were kind of choosing the easier path, or the more predictable path, the path to material success, the path to whatever achievement that they were working toward. And could have been a sense that they were almost choosing to, deny some feelings, to choose not to explore those feelings within them. in the route of maybe some more superficial things that they had come to believe would be the road to the happiness, would be that, you know, everything they needed and wanted, and exactly what they were building for, that 10 of Pentacles, that just everything in the palm of their hand. And so they're recognizing that. They are acknowledging that in the past, even when they separated from you, that this wasn't for a lack of feeling. It was just for, you know, priorities that maybe were not in line with the pursuit of love, or the pursuit of a high level love. Or this could have been someone that just wasn't at the point in their life of really wanting to settle down and get serious. And even energetically, they kind of perceived that would be sort of the end result of this, to explore this, to kind of surrender to this, to give in to this love, this energy between the both of you, that it really, it's something that would then build into this momentum of kind of like, you know, the family together, the life together, getting married, settling down. And they may not have been at a place in their life where that was something they really had the room for, or felt they had some things they needed to accomplish first. And they also say, I feel like I've been missing you my whole life. You are my lost paradise. So that's a beautiful closing message for you from their higher self, group 2, and just, it again talks about this energy of home and this sanctuary, this feeling of wanting to return to you, that whatever they were searching for, working toward, it left them feeling that they had come up short. They may have experienced a lot of satisfaction, but it just, on a soul level, they've come to appreciate that, the importance of that fulfillment, the value of that. And it's something that whatever else they have accomplished in their life, it doesn't do it for them. And they've had this opportunity to reflect, to really recognize that they did feel that feeling for however brief of a moment with you. And so there's this desire to, change their circumstances, change their situation, redirect their life, even in a physical sense, in terms of maybe moving, changing jobs, or, just restructuring what it is they give their time and attention to, in order to make the space to create the opportunity in their life to really welcome you in, to get things started, and to, pick up where you left off and build toward a very satisfying future together. So I'm going to get a romance angel now. This can be some guidance from spirit for you about this connection. Okay, and we have healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. So that's a beautiful confirmation there of this energy of this person really wanting to start a family with you, build a family with you. And it's something where, they may be having to deal with some family issues of their own. This could be difficulties within their family, some kind of loss within their family, loss of a family member even, that really caused that kind of humbling, that sort of back to basics. It really caused them to kind of reprioritize what they'd been focusing on. So they could be in a process of grief and kind of, rebuilding from that, some kind of devastation or loss in that capacity. And it's just, again, this energy of as they kind of rebuild themselves, figure out who they are and what they want, what needs to change in order to, create the environment best suited for the type of future that they want, the type of life that they want, this realization that they have that you're the person that they could build that with. As that healing and that kind of repair happens, kind of rebuilding in a new direction, it's setting the stage and creating the foundation for the both of you, if it's something that you're interested in and open to coming back together and, really crafting and creating a beautiful life together. So I'm going to get some initials now. This can be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it can spell something out, just whatever resonates for you. Okay, so we have P, Y, V, Q, K, S, O, B, H, and M. So those are your messages, group 2. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you like the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well. Hi, group 3. I chose the Amethyst, put that right up here. And I'm going to start with an oracle card to get a feel for what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about you and the connection. Okay, so we have St. Jude, saving grace. So you've restored a lot of hope to this person. A restoration of hope in love again, or the possibility that maybe a heartbreak from the past that had them feeling very defeated. as far as their worthiness of love, maybe someone they thought was the one for them, and circumstances occurred, situations happened, somehow the connection dissolved, there was, you know, a breakup, a moving away, and this person may have really closed their heart off to love. It's something where meeting you has really awakened something within this person, and they haven't told you that. They've not really expressed this, that you've restored some hope that love is possible, that, you know, other romance is out there for them. Maybe somebody that, you know, again, that they had previously considered to be their one, their soulmate, their special person, and then it didn't work out that way. And a part of them just kind of closed off, kind of died within them, that you've really brought something back to life within this person. And it's something to where you've really also caused this person to go within and to introspect about some belief systems, or maybe some bitterness that they've been holding on to that has really been creating some circumstances that are not to their liking. It's really been, maybe this person is starting to recognize how they could have really been standing in their own way, self-sabotaging, really, that their mindset and their attitude, the way in which they even approached this connection, this gift of love that was being offered to them, another chance, a second chance, a true chance to be happy. And they may have really closed off to that, you know, pushed that away, rejected that. And they're starting to really see that. They're starting to really recognize that. But they're also filled with this sense of hope that with this realization that there is the ability to do better. With this new perspective, they have this hope within them that change can occur, that they are recognizing some baggage that they've been carrying around that has really been a wedge between them and, you know, this kind of wish fulfillment, or these blessings in the form of love and opportunities that the universe has really been providing for them. And so there's this element of really doing some release. You may have also really turned this person on to spiritual concepts as well, based on things that you said, or just how you live your life, practices that you use, or, you know, your worldview, your perspective on things. That this has really saved this person in terms of giving them some motivation, or something sparked, or some kind of a resonance to believe in something more, to search for something more, the ability for them to become something more than what they currently are. And so this person is really, it feels like they're on the brink of, you know, setting off on this spiritual path, on really creating some changes for themselves, really stepping into a better version of self, really blossoming, coming out of any darkness that they've been holding within them, and stepping out into the light. Both the light within themselves, kind of moving out of this sort of dense energy within, and moving into that light of optimism, that light of hope. And that this person is also, with this new perspective, maybe some new practices or techniques that they've seen from you, they've learned, they're even feeling energetically the work that you're doing on yourself. It feels that it's really having an effect on this person as well in some way. It's really helping to, you know, ease them into making the efforts to dislodge themselves from anything that was keeping them stuck. You're really operating as a beacon for this person as well, that healing is possible, hope can be restored, and despite, you know, heartbreak, that there is joy to be found, that it's not just doom and gloom from that point forward, that, you know, love can be cultivated in a variety of ways. You really, I feel, have also helped this person onto a journey of self-love, which is something that they may have really needed to heal from some experiences of the past. So in a large way, you've restored this person's hope and restored this person's faith that it's possible for them to feel something and experience something other than what they have been feeling and experiencing for quite some time. So let me get some tarot to get some clarification about this for you. Group 3, what are their hidden thoughts and secret feelings about you and the connection? Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, Two of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Sun, the Chariot, Ten of Swords, the Devil, and Eight of Swords. So you definitely have helped to restore this person, move this person, shift this person in the direction of healing, to really free themselves from some kind of toxic or limiting mindsets, experiences of the past, feeling that they're bound to the pain and the negativity of what they may have experienced. You've provided some liberation for this person in terms of their views on love, probably being closed off to love or very pessimistic about love. These ideas that to love is only to be hurt, or that people only ever betray them or, abandon them, just any of these kind of narratives that they had constructed that had been really influenced by experiences of the past, painful situations, painful endings of the past that they've just carried with them. They've been really like bound and stuck to. It's become part of who they are and how they move through the world. And it's created just it's created exactly what vibration it is in, minimally satisfying experiences. It's just kind of reinforced that thought pattern, almost like a self-fulfilling prophecy, that they've believed this, they've come to believe this, thus they have experienced this. So you really have helped to free this person, to ignite something within this person, to kind of cause them to believe in love again, or to want to explore love again, or even the feelings of love again. They may not have felt love for quite some time. They may not have felt this connection, this spark, in quite some time or ever. This is definitely also energy here with this Two of Cups and Ace of Wands of, somebody who maybe was carrying around this feeling of there's no one for them, they're just going to be single forever, or, love stinks, or any of that kind of idea. And something with you has really, it's awoken something with like a deep soul compatibility, a deep connectedness between the both of you that is beyond their expectations or experiences in love previously. And it has really brought a part of them back to life. You're helping to, even just at a distance energetically move this person beyond these kind of outdated thinking, these outdated thought patterns, or, just this really negative story that they've been telling themselves and they've been kind of replaying over and over again through their experiences, getting further and further validation through the lack of love or through difficulties in love that just kind of reinforce that thought. You've really helped to move this person also with the Sun in the direction of a new beginning, the dawning of, a new day for them, a new version of themselves, one who is more optimistic, who believes that good things will happen and thus experiences them to a greater or lesser degree progressively. That shift in the mindset, that shift in the thought pattern, that they're really starting to, even just within their kind of their secret heart, as they've been ignited, they're kind of tending quietly this little ember of hope within them. It's hope that they didn't have before. This is something, with the Ace of Pentacles, it's just a start, but it's the seed that they need to kind of shift themselves, to move themselves in a better direction. This is very beautiful energy here in terms of, again, just this hope and this restoration that has happened, this awakening that has occurred, within this person. And based on, these kind of deeply entrenched and perhaps long-term narratives that they were carrying around, these experiences that they've had, there's a lot of healing that needs to take place. This person definitely is beginning some kind of a healing journey, some kind of a spiritual journey, but they feel very well equipped and confident to do that because while they are on this path, perhaps spending periods of time alone doing this, a lot of soul searching, maybe not having a lot of people around in terms of friends or family, just a lot of hermit energy there, kind of the introspection, the going within to kind of work through some things. They feel that connection with you. They feel that ember, that hope that has been ignited, that spark that has been ignited. They have the confidence to really do this work, do this work of healing and release and, you know, rebirthing themselves that they may have been putting off for a long time, or they just kind of had resigned themselves to that it was never possible, that whatever they were feeling, whatever their experiences were, it was just with them, that's just the way it was, and they just kind of had accepted that and kind of shrunk themselves down to kind of fit into that very limited box of expectation and then resulting experience. And so you've illuminated some things for this person, and there's a lot of gratitude here for that. They feel almost like you have saved them from more of a life of misery, and a life of, you know, a lack of fulfillment in terms of love and connectedness, the ability to connect with others, the ability to trust, the ability to receive the joy that love has to deliver, that there's something in this connection with you, the interaction with you, something that has been sparked that has really renewed them. It's renewed them in the sense of wanting to, you know, make this quest, make this journey, do that healing work, embark upon that, to finally come to this point of being ready to free themselves once and for all from, you know, these tethers to the past and these experiences of the past, and how that's kind of shaped them and kind of almost kind of shrunk them into themselves. It's kind of shrunken their experience of life and the beauty of life. And they may be having a lot of successes in other ways. A lot of other things might be going well for them. But it almost feels like an energy of kind of looking around at other people having success in love, having, you know, partnerships, somebody that they're with, somebody they can, you know, have like the friendship with, building the life with, building the family with. And this person, almost this sense of kind of feel, you know, had come to believe that that just wasn't for them. It just wasn't meant to be for them. Somebody maybe that they had projected their ideas on as being the one, and then when that didn't work, then they just had resigned themselves to, you know, being alone forever, not having that deep connection again, not being willing to open themselves up to explore love, to let love in again, because the last time they had done that, it resulted in a lot of pain. And so they've just been kind of sitting with these wounds, nursing these wounds, reinforcing these wounds through time. But you've opened this person up to the possibility of healing. You've opened this person up. You've awakened their heart to the possibility of something more than what they have been experiencing or thought was possible for them. So let's get some messages now from this person's higher self. What are some of these hidden thoughts and secret feelings that on the 3D they are not telling you, but these are the truths from deep within? Okay, and they say, I would live for your smile and would die for your kiss. So a lot of passion here, like with that Eight of Wands. They definitely have been ignited. There's been something that has been sparked within them, something that has awakened within them. This desire for love again, or trust that love is possible for them. And before I continue with these messages, I forgot to do the zodiac signs for the tarot. So with the Sun, we've got Leo energy. Pentacles is Earth, which is Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. With the Chariot, we have Cancer. Cups is water energy, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. With the Wands, we have Fire, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Swords are air energy, Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And with the Devil, we have Capricorn. So back to these messages. We also have, I have no words for your kindness and generosity. So they're very grateful for the love that you have given them. Even the time that you have given this person, the space that you have given them to really, you know, process some things, heal through some things. If it's something, even if you hadn't really told them that, you know, you knew they were hurting and they needed to kind of do some healing, this could be something where, you know, even as much as they have been kind of closed off to love, it feels that, you know, and not really able to receive that with open arms. I feel that it's something that you nevertheless continued to and still give this person love. You speak well to this person. You try to encourage this person, try to get them to look on the brighter side of things. It's love given without the expectation of receiving. And it's something which has really, again, kind of reinforced this hope, reawakened this hope within them that love is out there, love is possible, that love doesn't have to hurt, it doesn't have to disappoint. It can just be there for the pure purpose of existing and, you know, of sharing that light, imparting that light. They feel very imbued by you, very much nurtured and nourished. And it's something that it feels like a part of this person. Their heart definitely was very kind of cold and very kind of dark. And just your very presence, just your essence, your energy in general, even if this wasn't like loving thoughts that were expressed to them, just, you know, the kindness of how you are, the way you show up in the world, how you are maybe very kind to them when they've come to expect and therefore have experienced others who are not so kind. This can be quite a contrast, something that has really renewed them. It's really given them hope. And they also say, I feel you so strongly, I can taste your essence. So they're very drawn to you, thinking about you, feeling you, carrying you with them, carrying this ember that has been ignited within them as they embark on this healing journey within themselves. And they also say, I remember you. So this person is definitely looking back on the time spent with you, and just really taking in that energy of just, you know, giving of love and just you exuding love just as part of who you are. And it's something that they really are, they're taking to heart, they're keeping with them. It's almost like an example of what is possible, what kind of heights that they can rise to. It's motivation for them to really continue on this healing journey, to embark on that, to release these shackles and these bonds of the past, to negative experiences, love that didn't work out, so that they can free themselves to, you know, experience and also be that vibration that you emanate. Okay, and they say, I'm a better person because of you. So that's that energy again of really motivating this person to embark on that healing journey. You've awoken something within them. You've put something into perspective that there's more than this. Whatever they're experiencing, whatever their thoughts are, that, you know, you've really, in a gentle way and almost energetically speaking, have really shown them that, you know, this is just, it's an illusion, that whatever their experiences are, you know, it doesn't take away from the validity of that, but that it's time to let these things go. These hurts of the past that may have been carried around for a while. It's almost like your light has really inspired them to kind of release these burdens, let this baggage go, kind of close the door on the past, heal that wound so that they can move forward into new life. They also say you inspire me. So another confirmation there of really looking to your energy, feeling how you are, who you are, maybe even looking to some struggles you've overcome in your life, some heartbreaks, disappointments that you have overcome. You've not allowed these things to break you and embitter you, but you've empowered yourself through them. You've really, you know, risen out of some circumstances that, you know, maybe had all the makings to break you. And so this person is really looking to that as an example of, you know, that change is possible, hope is possible, that there is life after the crumbling of whatever had been worked toward previously, or, you know, that after heartbreak, there is the possibility to remain open, an open and loving person, that it doesn't necessarily, you know, just resign somebody to have to be closed off, that, you know, it's just kind of, that's it, that there's no other opportunity. You're really inspiring this person to see that, you know, the universe is conspiring in their favor. The universe does want them to be happy. It does want them to experience love, and to, you know, experience love even in a deeper way than whatever this previous heartbreak had been that left this kind of bitter taste, this bitter feeling within them, that, you know, they've been presented with this opportunity to connect with you. And it's something where it's inspiring them to really do the work necessary to be able to show up with an open heart, to explore and receive this gift of love that is being presented to them. And they also say, being apart has been life-changing for me. So another confirmation of this change, this transformation, that as much as they may have pushed you away, kind of were closed off to love in general, or to the connection. Something has been awoken within them, and it's been sparked within them. It's been an ember they've been kind of tending quietly within them, in this process of really surrendering to let go of bitterness, let go of hurt from the past, and open themselves up to the possibility of a new future for themselves. So when this person returns, they can be quite different from the person you remember. They're working on some things as far as their emotional maturity, their emotional vulnerability. They might even want to talk about some of the reasons that they may have rejected you in the past, or been closed off to things. They're really coming to terms with, kind of easing the sting of whatever they've been carrying with them, getting to a place where it doesn't hurt so much anymore, where they're not so bound to that past experience. And they also say, my mind and heart always comes back to you. So another confirmation there of really, holding on to the experience that they had with you, holding on to your energy, feeling that very strongly. It's this motivational energy. It's a beacon that is helping them through this healing process, through this process of release, and stepping into this better version of themselves. And they say, everything I do reminds me of you. So very much motivated to do this healing work, not just for themselves, but I feel also so that they can really be able to accept and give back to this love connection. They are acknowledging that they have been kind of closed off and just not at full capacity to receive love, and also to give love, to show up in a partnership. And so it's something that if they're not reaching out at this point, it's part of this healing journey that's taking place on the subconscious soul level. They know there's a lot that needs to be released, that needs to be healed, so they can come to you with open arms, with an open heart, without kind of these ghosts or wounds of the past interfering in the connection, or functioning almost as a third party in the situation, in terms of wounding that has really become part of this person's character, part of this person's worldview, that kind of then skews and kind of shapes the experiences that they have, the way that they react to things, their ability to even receive. So they're acknowledging that needs to be cleared out of the way. And it's with the intention of really receiving this gift of love, that they are doing this work, that they feel finally ready to do this work of release. And they also say, how do I get you alone? So more of that energy of wanting to be near you, this closeness, wanting to move back in your direction, kind of letting these burdens go as step by step they are headed back towards you. And they say, our love can power galaxies. So that's that next level soul connection here, that really something has come into perspective, that maybe even the person they considered their one, their soulmate, that it didn't work out with in the past, something about the connection with you has really changed that. It's really opened their eyes to that there's so much more out there, like with the sun card here, and just this, this vibrant energy of empowerment, and this feeling inside that they're starting to see what love is from a whole new perspective than what they had imagined. And it almost feels that, in comparison to the things that, had really wounded them and closed them off, it's almost, that's part of this healing process of letting go, is recognizing that there's so much more out there. There's such a greater potential of love to be had with you, that it almost seems that they're depriving themselves by allowing a circumstance that was not as powerful, that was not as, life-changing in the best of ways, by allowing that to kind of hold them back and keep them from receiving this gift of love. It's something that with that knowledge, they are able to kind of move through the process of letting that go and leaving that behind. And they also say, you are my star who outshines all others. So great confirmation of what I was just saying there, and a beautiful message to close this portion of the reading with for you, group 3. And just that energy of the sun, of course, being a star. And it's just this connection, what they feel with you. It's next level soulmate energy. It's a lot more intense in all of the best ways than whatever love they had experienced, or heartbreaks from the past that had left them with that bitterness, that closed off feeling. And it's that power, it's that intensity of it that has been able to break through this person's shell, that from within, even through the distance and through time, that connection has been there. The work you've done on yourself has really helped this person to start to come to life again, to really embark on that road of healing, that road of ascension and change for themselves. And they're really admiring you. They're really, inspired by you, inspired by who you are, the work you've done in yourself, and this connection in general. And they are inspired to do this work on themselves so that they are at a place, vibrationally speaking, to really show up and be present, and to, savor this love, experience this love, participate in this love in ways they were not able to before. So I'm going to get a romance angel for you now. This can be some guidance from Spirit about this connection for you. Group 3. Okay, and we have express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. So this is a great message here in terms of this person really working to open their heart, to give love, to receive love. There's this desire to, express to you this intensity, these feelings that they have for you, how you really have brought them back to life. You've saved them from, a life of kind of despair, almost of hopelessness, of feeling, equating love with pain. This is something where it's a desire to have and create new experiences of love. Love as joy, love as support, love as equal give and take. Something they may not have experienced before, haven't experienced in a long time. So this is really Spirit, encouraging you to continue to send this person loving energy, continue to live your best life. Everything you do vibrationally with this person, it's helping them. It's helping them on this process of their own to really support them energetically. They definitely feel you from afar, even if you're not having, 3D contact with them. Just knowing that you're there, knowing that they're not alone through this challenge, this quest that they are on to really unshackle themselves and rebirth themselves. Just energetically, you're definitely supporting them even now. You could start even feeling loving waves of energy coming from this person as their heart opens more and more. And kind of the prelude to the sort of the 3D person coming in is definitely, from the soul level, this person sending you that love, sending that from afar while they're in the midst of doing this deep shadow work and this, deep awakening within themselves, this ascension work, as they're kind of busy with all of that and sort of in this process of really, being able to come to you with open arms, with an open heart. For the meantime, they will definitely be sending you love from afar. So, just receive that graciously. Understand that it is, that's a sign of change happening, of movement happening, of things shifting in this person's heart opening. And you're definitely encouraged to send that love back because, it can only help in this situation. That encouragement, that applause, that motivation to just keep going through this dense and difficult work, with the promise that, a further experience of a vibration of love is possible on the other side of that. So I'm going to close this reading for you, group 3, with some initials. This could be first, middle, or last name of you or this person, or it could spell something out, just whatever resonates. Okay, so we have W, I, J, Z, N, S, M, F, V, and B. So those are your messages, group 3. I hope that they resonated with you and that you enjoyed the video. If you liked the reading, please give it a thumbs up, comment, subscribe, or share. If you'd like a personal reading, I offer them through my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the description box of the video for that. I also sell handmade jewelry and some divination tools in my Etsy shop if you're interested in checking those out as well. So I hope to see you again in another reading. Please take care and be well.